The Internet and Human Rights. January 1st, 1983 marks the birth of the Internet and the start of a revolution. 34 years later, 3.2 out of 7.6 billion people are connected to this vast network of information and communication. The world has never been more linked. The massive aggregate of human knowledge is now readily and easily accessible to anyone online. Having internet access even helps promote human rights like freedom of education, opinion, information, and many more. For many of these reasons and more, the United Nations has dubbed it as a human right. The invention of the internet was no minor event. It is a revolution that has had great influence in molding modern society, and it should go down in history as one of the greatest technological advancements in human history. Unfortunately, the internet revolution has not been as successful as it should have been. More than half of all people receive none of the benefits of the internet as they have no access to it. If the UN thinks that this should be a human right, then having billions of people disconnected is unjust. A couple years ago, a few recent college graduates had the same idea, so they started a campaign to bring internet to the rest of the world. They founded a non-profit organization under the name A Human Right, and began asking others to support their cause. Currently, they say that their cause is worthy, for internet gives economic opportunity, democracy, education, disaster relief, and healthcare. Taking a look at their website shows a lack of elaboration on why these things are brought about by the internet, or why they make internet a human right. So, take this presentation as their defense. Economic opportunity. Online companies, employment, and employment opportunities have become forever more present in modern times. Internet access brings hope to individuals trying to better themselves through hard work, as they can learn a trade or get a higher education online and use that to improve their economic status. The internet's transformative power could allow more people to start companies and discover their callings in life. Countries that gain internet or spread internet to more of their citizens have been found to have a massive increase in GDP. For many poorer countries, people equipped with internet access could greatly benefit the economic status and stability of said country. The advancement of technology in current times calls for people who are knowledgeable and connected, so, to fuel this, internet should be accessible and provided to everyone. Democracy. Because the internet gives free speech, it can also be used as a channel for the promotion and regulation of democracy. In order for the modern democratic world to function, people need to know the facts, so that they can positively contribute to the progress of their communities and nations. It would be more than likely that an uninformed democracy could become corrupt. Political education would help those in new or old democracies decide for themselves how to cast their vote for the benefit of themselves and the community. In addition to support for democracy in countries that already have it, broadband access also delivers the means for creating freedom. When Egyptian and Syrian governments attempted to restrict internet access, opposers responded by using the internet to mount protests and organize events that effectively countered the government efforts. Although both Syria and Egypt used democracy in their governments, internet access played a key role in facilitating the freedom that such democracy has to offer. In other countries, this ability of organizing people to protest the government allows for people of non-democratic countries to create change in their communities. There is no fairer governing system than democracy, and it is one of the best at delivering freedom to its people. So, for the promotion of both freedom and equity, spread internet to give democracy. Education. Broadband access gives users the vast library of human knowledge at their fingertips, which, when utilized appropriately, can be a prevention for the spread of misinformation and tool for societal improvement. As is said in the old Chinese proverb, to learn to fish is better than to receive a fish. But given the internet, one can teach himself or herself how to fish. Granting internet to all should not be seen as an expense, for it is simply a better solution for making all lives better and happier. The power behind being capable of learning anything can drive people to take their futures into their own hands and then use what they learn along the way to help others to do the same. Not everyone lives near a library, so the internet can bridge the gap between people and information, as it is a critical public resource important to everyone. Politics are improved by the education possible through the internet, as winning blind public favor becomes more difficult when everyone is aware of the current issues and can know a great deal about them. Corruption cannot last in a nation composed of knowledgeable people where facts rise to the public and misinformation fades away. The information age is ruled by its namesake, and it is unjust that so many people live outside of the greatest period of growth in the human condition by being left without access to the internet. Disaster relief. Natural disasters are a worldwide problem, and people do their best to mitigate them. But in countries without the kinds of communication possible through the internet, time and resources cannot be used to their best efficiency in any relief effort. Hope is essential to all people's lives, so why not give them the ability to check online the condition of whatever disaster they have been caught in? Then these people can connect online to those they have been separated from. The internet can reunite families in some of these scenarios far faster than any search party. For the sake of helping those in need, disasters should be fought with internet alongside contemporary assistance. Healthcare. Although internet does not directly provide healthcare to countries without either medical facilities or internet access, it allows for people to research into medical treatment and for online medical solutions. Patients will have an easier time contacting their doctors for emergencies or for scheduling times to get a checkup. The vast many encyclopedias in the internet can allow for self-diagnosis of simple diseases and afflictions, and after this diagnosis, people can possibly research a treatment plan that they could follow on their own. This allows people to deal with their own healthcare when they have no other options or when it is more convenient. In countries with limited numbers of medical professionals, this system could help take some strain off the hospitals and clinics that deal with serious injuries and health problems. Everyone, everywhere on Earth deserves access to internet. Modern society is practically run on this vast network of computers and servers, but not everyone has connection to it. Due to its massive importance to us, broadband access should formally be known as a natural human right for the positive impact it has on its users. Most, if not all, other human rights are supported or defended by way of the internet, such as free speech. Education possible with the internet helps with the regulation of governments and encourages democracy. Some wonder how they could ever possibly live without the internet, while others have never even used it. This polarizing disparity should not exist. So, even if the road to connecting everyone to the internet may be long and arduous, support the movement at ahumanright.org for the benefit of every man, woman, and child who spends their days disconnected from the most remarkable revolution in human history.